I guess I should have put in the title, this is going to probably be a bit of a rant too, because once again, I'm really freaking irritated. Not with my doctor, truly, because I've had very frank conversations with her on numerous occasions about the fact that she's not allowed to look at me and treat me as an individual because I'm somebody with chronic pain, and I it's not that I want pain pills. Once in a while I just need some damned help. And so since I want pain pills, they're like, yeah, no, you can't have them. And it's the irony just really gets me, because the same clinic used to just stuff me full of Vicodin. But anyway, so I'm kind of bitchy tonight. But I ended up choosing whiskey as a topic because I was grousing about the fact that I'd asked for 4 prescriptions to be refilled. God, I can't even believe I'm asking for 4 freaking prescriptions. Hi, honey, how are you? Uh-oh, ha 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 ha. You know what? You just get him on board. That's all. Y'all can just start having you guys can get into whiskey tastings and having fancy whiskeys. Haha. But I was grousing about the fact that I know I asked for 4, and I know for a fact that since they only called in 2, I know what 2 they called in, and it's not the pain relief and it's not the anxiety relief. And one of my friends on Twitter said, well, you know what, if I could, I'd buy a shot of whiskey. And I don't know why, just at that particular moment, it just really struck my fancy, and I got a kick out of it, and it made me giggle. It's not like I've never heard something like that before, but you know, sometimes just something comes along at the right moment. So I doubt he's watching this, but Nate, you inspired this. Let's talk about some of the health benefits of whiskey. This information is from wideopencountry.com. Excuse me. Number 1, whiskey's actually pretty good if you're trying to lose weight. It's low carb. There's only 64 calories in a shot. And the American Society for Clinical Nutrition did a study in 1991, and they discovered that moderate consumption may increase your energy and lower sugar cravings. I'll be real honest, I have sugar issues. I absolutely freaking love sugar, and it's terrible. It's so bad for you. It's especially bad for me because it's very inflammatory, which, by the way, side note, regardless of all the health benefits of whiskey, if you have health issues, you really need to keep your drinking in moderation because it's inflammatory and you don't need the added inflammation. But anyway, back to the positive news. Number 2, whiskey can help prevent cancer. It contains a high concentration of ellagic acid. I think I said that right. But that's an antioxidant that can neutralize cancer-causing free radicals, and single malt whiskey has more antioxidants than red wine. I'll be real honest, I'm not a whiskey drinker and I'm not a red wine drinker, but if I had to choose, I want some good whiskey over the red wine. Number 3, whiskey may help prevent strokes. A shot a day can help lower the risk of an ischemic, I don't think I said that one right, but the kind of stroke that's caused by a blood clot, because whiskey has blood thinning properties. Number 4, this one's very near and dear to my heart. Whiskey is good for the common cold. It really is. Unlike most home remedies, this one is actually backed in science. When I was a little girl, my parents used to make cough syrup with whiskey and honey and lemon juice. Oh, they'd warm it up a little bit. It was just so yummy and soothing. Well, here's the science behind it. The whiskey dilates the blood vessels like a decongestant, and the lemon and honey, they have anesthetic properties, and they're going to help loosen up the mucus. So enjoy a little bit of a hot toddy when you're not feeling good. Number 5, whiskey lowers stress. Alcohol has a barbiturate effect that can help reduce stress and anxiety. It also has a sedative property which can help you sleep. Now, please understand, you have to drink in moderation. I am by no means telling you to go out and go bat crap crazy on the whiskey, but moderate consumption can really make a big difference. You know what else it can help you with? Number 6, health benefit of whiskey. It can help lower your risk of dementia. If you've never seen anybody you love go through that, you are a very blessed human being. And you know what? This Natural Center for Biotechnology did a study. 1 to 6 shots of whiskey weekly, not daily, weekly, can help lower your dementia risk more than abstaining from alcohol altogether. Number 7, whiskey helps aid digestion. It's been used as a digestive in many countries. You're punting out of this one. Why? I'm confused. It's nice to see you. Ha ha ha. It's always nice to see you. Number 8, whiskey can help prevent diabetes. Okay, first of all, you need to understand alcohol is absolutely not recommended if you have diabetes, but studies show long-term moderate consumption helps insulate, no, I had that totally screwed up, helps regulate insulin, lowering the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Now, you need to understand, if you are a heavy drinker, you're going to increase your risk of getting type 2 diabetes. So, pretty much anything we do in life requires moderation. Even too much water can be bad for you. Number 9, whiskey can help soothe a sore throat. Whiskey, honey, and warm water. You don't need the lemon because you're not trying to break down the mucus. But it can help soothe your sore throat. The alcohol in the whiskey is also antiseptic, and it's going to numb your throat a little bit, and the honey creates a coating which helps those effects last a little bit longer. And 10, whiskey. Good grief, I'm on a roll tonight. Whiskey can help prolong your life. A 2010 study from the Research Society on Alcoholism found that middle-aged and older moderate drinkers had lower overall mortality rates than heavy drinkers and non-drinkers. I thought that was really interesting. To me, that's just proof that everything in balance, everything in moderation. But again, if you're dealing with a lot of chronic pain, okay, back to my rant. If you're dealing with a lot of chronic pain, you're probably drinking a lot more, because I have heard from almost every single person I know who has chronic pain, and with this crazy crackdown, the pendulum's gone entirely too far the other direction. And they went from, oh, you stubbed your toe? Have some OxyContin. They went from that to, this is a true story. One of my girlfriends here in Fairbanks, she slipped and fell on the ice a couple of years ago, and she broke her tailbone and her arm. You know what they did? They sent her home with Tylenol. Not Tylenol with codeine, just Tylenol. What the actual hell? How is that okay? How in the hell is that acceptable? But anyway, so I was in with my doctor, my primary care physician, in January, and I was grousing to her about that. Vodka has a lot of good stuff. We'll talk about that maybe next week. I don't think I've done one on the health properties of vodka, so we'll talk about that next week. But I was talking to my doctor, and I said, do you have any idea how many people I've heard from who deal with chronic illness, who deal with chronic pain, and they're telling me that they're drinking a lot more? And I told her, I'm going to be real honest, so am I. But you guys leave us no choice. Healthy people don't understand what it's like to not be able to get out from under this mess. When I managed to get a pain prescription, one of the first things I do is dump out, because they never give me very many. I dump out the bottle and I cut them all in half. I never take an entire pain pill at once. See, it's good for you. You knew that inherently. You just knew that. But I never take a whole pill at once. I'm very careful. I try not to even take an entire pill in a day. I try to just get by on half a pill every few days. Well, yesterday I took the last half of my pain pill. Now what? Now what the hell do I do? They didn't refill it. They didn't say, hey, we need you to come in so we can talk to you before we refill it. They just didn't refill it. So what the hell am I supposed to do now? This morning was bad enough that I really like to exercise. If you follow me on social media, you probably know that. I exercised for a total of right about an hour today, but I did it in 3 different workouts because I was just in that kind of mood. And I'm not going to lie, it took me like 3.5 hours to get it done. I didn't feel good. And all I could think was, damn, maybe I should have held on to that last half of a pill. But then, you know what? I would have been in the same dilemma today. And I don't even care if you don't live this life, you really don't have any room to judge. Like somebody asked me today, why are they doing this? Because Is it really so much worse that you get mildly addicted to pain pills than for you to suffer all the time? And I have to say, no, I don't really think so. I don't really think so, but I'm very careful. I said, and even if I could get all I wanted, I don't like taking pain pills. I don't like relying on them. But now they've put me in a position where I can't get ahead of the pain. I can't break the pain cycle. And guess what? If you can't break the pain cycle, you're kind of screwed. Now, I will say, at least when I took the last half yesterday, I had a really damn good afternoon, and I'm very grateful for that. I had such a good afternoon that I called up to the chiropractor's office, and I said, I want you to give a message to the massage therapist that worked on me. And thank you so much. This is the best I felt in months, and it was true, and it was worth it. But maybe I should have saved it for this morning, because I'll be real honest, I felt a lot worse this morning than I did yesterday morning when I broke down and took it. And what the hell kind of life is that to live? And what gets me about it, and I know I'm ranting here, but I warned you I was going to. What really pisses me off about it is that my doctor's not allowed to judge me as an individual. I am automatically lumped into a category like I'm some kind of, honestly, like I'm a junkie that just shuffled in off the street. That's bullshit. It's well documented that I have some pretty serious health problems. It's also well documented that I'm very cautious with medications. I have turned down so many offers of prescriptions over the years. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in taking that. But it's like, and I know what works for me. I know that taking a lot of pain pills doesn't work for me. It makes me feel worse in the long run. But small doses, even if I got to take them fairly regularly, how is that a bad thing? Why is that better than me being completely freaking miserable? And when you're dealing with this kind of pain, y'all, it's so stressful on your body and on your emotions. It eats at your soul. It really does. I know that sounds melodramatic, but it does. There are days when I can hardly walk because I hurt so bad. And then there are other days when I feel so good and I overdo it, and then I put myself in the position like I did because I felt so damn good yesterday. I tried to do all the things, and now I'm paying the price for it. So anyway, there you go. There it is. Rant over. And your whiskey talk is over. You probably figured that out a few minutes ago, but I hope you'll have a great weekend. I don't know. I was going to say something, but I don't want to keep rambling and ranting at you, so I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday at 5 o'clock.